This video is all about interdependence and competition. Before we begin, let's look at some key terminology that's required for this unit. So first of all, we've got population. This is the total number of all the organisms of the same species that live in a particular geographical area. The second key term that we need to use is community. This is a group of two or more populations of different species that live in the same time in the same geographical area. And then the final term to get familiar with is competition. And this is the contest between organisms within a community. So where you've got two or more different species. So let's first of all look at what animals compete for. Let's use a squirrel for example. So if we take a squirrel, it's an animal. Therefore, it will compete for different things. And so some examples that this squirrel could compete for is water, territory, so the area where it will live and where it will feed, its mates, and also food. And when we talk about mates, that's its reproductive partner. Well, what about plants? What do they compete for? Do they have competition? Well, yes, they do. Plants compete for light required for photosynthesis, space so it can grow, water, and mineral ions. Let's look at competition in a bit more detail then. Well, there are two types of competition to be aware of. First of all, we've got inter-specific. This is the competition between different species in the community. So for this, to help you remember this, think about an international football match. This is between different countries. So inter-specific is between different species. In contrast, we've got intra-specific. This is between competitions between organisms of the same species. Now let's have a look at, well, what makes a successful competitor? Now, in order to be a successful competitor, you need good adaptations. You need to be able to see any prey. You need to see any predators, and this could be through good camouflage to hide, or it could be from sharp eyes and senses. You need to be successful at breeding. You need to avoid competition with other species. You need to be able to defend the territory that you're in, where you live and where you feed. So, interdependence. Within a community, each species will depend on other species for things like food, shelter, pollination, seed dispersal. If one species is removed, it can affect the whole community. This is called interdependence. Now, in order to have a stable community, we need to make sure that all species and the environmental factors are all in balance with each other. This will mean that the population size remains constant. For instance, this would happen in a tropical rainforest or an ancient oak woodland.